Hungry? How many of you want to go to another country? Not India, want to settle in abroad? Australia, UK. How many of you want to go to Australia? We have a speaker from Australia. How many of you want to go to UK? Good. How many of you want to go to settle in the States, United States of America? Good. How many of you want to come to Canada? Oh, good number. Good, good. So there is a myth that a lot of people want to go on permanent resident process, and they think that's the easiest way. But I'm here to educate you about a easier process, a licensing process that will allow you to work as a physio in Canada. So myself, I am Dr. Gowtham. I am registered physiotherapist. I'm also a Canadian immigration consultant. I own 2 clinics. I'm a mentor. I'm an entrepreneur. I also am certified McKenzie therapist. I'm advanced practice provider for low back pain. I also have done my diploma, advanced diploma in musculoskeletal physiotherapy. So a lot of you might be knowing about permanent resident process, and a lot of physios are getting cheated when you try this process. What happens is when you go to an agent, they will say, "Aapka file hum express entry mein dalenge," and that's where you end. And they will charge you 50,000 rupees, and nothing moves forward. Because PR process is a process to go and get your permanent residence there, but that doesn't guarantee you work as a physio. That's where I went as a permanent resident along with my wife. We both masters in physio. So we had to spend 26 lakhs rupees to settle in Canada because we didn't have the license to work as physio. So we went with a 20-month-old daughter, and we had to spend that much money in settling in Canada. However, if you have the license to practice in Canada, it's the opposite. You land there with $41 minimum wage per hour. So I am here to break down the myths in the work permit process. Ample opportunities in Canada. Why do I say that? Canada has less than 1% unemployment rate for physios. What does that mean? 99 physios out of 100 are employed. Why is there 1% employment? These guys are simply lazy or don't want to work. There is no other reason for it. We have more than required jobs. We have a lot of vacancies. I can open 10 clinics and keep 10 clinics busy. We have a lot of immigrants that come each year into the country. But however, we don't have enough doctors, we don't have enough nurses, we don't have enough physios. That's why Canada is dependent on immigration. Countries like Australia and Canada, we have less population, bigger area, and we need skilled professionals, but we need you to have the license to practice as physios. So these are the myths. A physio can do whatever they want once they get PR. That's not true. If you come as a permanent resident, you can only work an entry-level job or the job that does not need license. So you can work as a bartender, you can work as a, pumping gas in a station, things like that which are not regulated, but you cannot work as a physiotherapist. You can work as a physiotherapy assistant because that is not regulated, but I don't need physios from India to come there to work as assistants. Even a 10th grade student or a 10th pass student or 12th grade students are working as assistants for us. So we don't need physios who done bachelor's or master's to come all the way to Canada to do the physio assistant job. We want physios. We want people who are able to assess. We want people who are able to treat. And we want people with good communication skills. That's where the process is. So you need to prove your communication skills. You need to prove that you know the Canadian health system. You need to prove that you can clear the license exam. The beauty of the pandemic that happened, a bliss in disguise, is they made the exam online. You can take the written exam online from India itself, or any other country for that matter. So this opened the gates for Canadian immigration. So keep that in mind. So if you come on PR, you cannot do whatever you want. You can only do what's regulated if you have the license. Work permit process is quite difficult. This is another myth. So there are no jobs available. But in reality, we have less than 1% unemployment. So we need more physios to come in. That's why I'm here. I toured 100 colleges in my trip. I went in person and met most of the principals here as well. So you guys know me. And I won't stop this mission unless everyone is aware of this process. Work permit process is not difficult. It takes 6 months to 1 year. You can do everything online. It costs less than 3 lakh rupees. You heard me right. It costs less than 3 lakh rupees, and you can make that 3 lakhs back in 1 month. So work permit process is quite difficult is a myth. Employers charge for work permit. This is another myth. So when you clear the license, employer sponsors you, meaning the employer is supposed to bear the cost after that. So that's why I'm here as well. So I get paid by the employer for hiring you. Get it? So it's not the other way. You don't need to pay someone when they're employing you. It's the other way around. They pay the recruiters or agents for the processing, right? Keep that in mind. Consultants need to be paid a huge amount for work permit. So there are complaints in Maharashtra Council also, I heard. There are agents who are charging a lot of money for this process. In reality, there is no money involved in this process. You need to clear your license, and you can be there working as a physio, and the process will be sponsored by the employer. Keep that in mind. Work permit process takes quite long. This is another myth. So if you clear your license exam, that process takes 6 months to 1 year. Immediately you can get a job. So there is no need to wait years together. And the beauty is, when you do this process, you also get additional 50 points when an employer employs you. So which gives you the, again, chance to become permanent resident in a right way. So if you go on PR without the license, you still have to spend that money for doing the for doing the licensing process. So don't make it double. So do the the licensing first, and PR should be the byproduct. It should automatically come to you. You should not run after permanent resident visa. Keep that in mind. So work permit is most expensive path to go to Canada. So people think, okay, I need to pay the agent, I need to pay this guy, I need to pay the employer, this is quite expensive. In reality, that's the cheapest way to go to Canada. So anyone needs help, we are here. We have a stall outside. Our stall is 19, but we are placed outside. Separately, we were treated. So you can visit us, and we can help you for further steps. So these are the 4 steps that you need to take in the work permit process. Step 1 is academic IELTS, which you need to score overall 7 bands, or TOEFL, you need to require 92 or 21 in each area as well. Step 2 is credential evaluation through CAPR, which costs 90,000 rupees. These are all Indian rupees. Step 3, online, you can take 6 weeks Canadian Health System course, and that gives you ability to take the license exam. Doing the 1, 2, 3, you can write the written exam online from India itself. So when you get the eligibility to take the exam, you only have 3 attempts. So better take proper coaching and guidance and mentorship to pass this exam in first attempt. So myself, I am on behalf of VScan Immigration Consultancy. We are in tie-up with Ankit Shahi Study Buddy Group, PC Study Buddy Group. They help you with clearing this exam. They have high pass percentage. First timers, they clear more than 90% have cleared in the past. So do properly so that you don't need to do these steps again and again. So we are in tie-up with PC Study Buddy for the written exam. So the total process costs you less than 3 lakhs. And you can make that 3 lakhs or $5,000 in 1 month itself. So keep that in mind. So step 5 is to find an employer. Either you can do it by yourself, or a recruiter can help you. If a recruiter helps you, they will charge money. So do it by yourself. Work permit process, steps 6, 7 are sponsored by the employer. So when you finish your licensing, the employer will say, hey, we like your profile. You've done so we will sponsor your work permit, and then they do that. When they sponsor your work permit and they will give you a job offer letter, what happens is you will get additional 50 points. If you study in Canada, for example, a diploma course, that will cost you 36 lakhs in 2 years. And at the end of that 2 years, you will get 30 points towards your PR. Whereas this process, less than a year. So another thing most people are not aware is, Bachelor of Physiotherapy in India, what you study in 4.5 years, is equal to Master of Physiotherapy in Canada. Why? We don't have a bachelor's degree in physiotherapy anymore. So we do Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Kinesiology in Canada, and then do 2 years of Master's. That's the entry-level practice for Canadian licensing. So if you do Bachelor of Physiotherapy and get evaluated, your bachelor's from recognized universities in India is equal to our entry-level degree, which is called Master of Physiotherapy in Canada. If you apply for master's, they're going to simply say you are like you did the same thing, just finished Bachelor of Physiotherapy. That's the same course. So don't apply for master's for Canada. Don't apply for diploma programs, which will make you earn entry-level $16 an hour. Apply for the licensing, finish the licensing process, get $41 per hour. So the day you land, you make $41 per hour when you clear the license. So keep these things in mind. After working a year, so say you finish this process in a year, after one more year of working in Canada, you get additional 40 points. So that will brighten your chances of getting the PR. So that's the difference. Study permit will cost you $60,000. So most of your students, that's why I'm explaining this process. Some choose PTA, OTA diploma. I am very baffled. So you finish your bachelor's, you finish your master's, and then you do diploma programs. I don't get the idea why you do those programs. So I'm here to make you aware you don't need to do that. Some physios are applying for fitness health consultant course. So that's again a diploma course with minimum wage. Some are applying for healthcare admin course. That's like you're working as a receptionist in a hospital or a clinic. You don't need those. You can straight away come as physios. You're all qualified physios. So work permit, on the other hand, is quite inexpensive, and you can make that money back what you spend in 1 month. So that's my conclusion here, is work permit is the cheapest and safest option with the current pandemic situation where you spend less than $5,000 or 3 lakh Indian rupees and make that back in a month. So the exam being online made it easy for a lot of physios to do it from India itself. So more information, visit us at our stall. We are stall 19 outside, just outside the hall here. So we are in tie-up with Ankit Study Buddy group. So if you scan this QR code, every 10th person wins a flexible, I see 99% of Indian physio students are using a steel goniometer. So steel, when you place it on the body part, you cannot see the axis. I am baffled how physio profession is still using steel goniometer after 30 years. So you need to be using something that's unbreakable, flexible. This is like a step for us, guys. So if you're not using proper tool, how are you going to measure? So people like us, when we come from other countries, we still see that India is not doing well. So if you're not using a proper measuring tool, how will you take the measurement? So every 10th person who scans that code wins a free goniometer. I'm promoting this, so I can give it for free. So out of 900 participants today, 90 or 100 people will win it. This is worth 2,000 Indian rupees. You will win it for free. So don't lose this opportunity. So that's the conclusion of my talk. So I have helped over 20 physios to come on work permit in the last 2 years. And I've done many courses. I am a passionate physio. That's why I'm here to help other physios. I try to guide you properly and not let you lose money like I lost money when I went to Canada. So we done 4 from India, 8 from India, 4 from Philippines, 1 from Australia, 1 from New Zealand, 3 from Middle East. We did 2 from Africa, and we did help 1 from Europe. So currently we have 10 work permits in hand, which we are doing processing in BC and Ontario. And we have currently 6 employers we are working with who are doing LMIS. So if you are in that process, please do visit me. I can help you. So we are in tie-up with Study Buddy, and we have an accelerator group who helps 400 physios across Canada, 400 clinics across Canada with their foreign recruitment. So I will be there in charge. So that's me in front of my house. Good. That's fine. Questions? If you have questions, visit me at the stall. I don't want to keep Steve sir waiting. So that's my information. You can take it. You can directly approach me anytime. All the best. Sure.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for the myths in Canadian work permit process. Now I request Dr. Deepali ma'am to felicitate Dr. Gowtham, sir. Sir, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.